Hi everyone. This video will show you a few techniques for using wire in your projects. Again, check out the written instructions that are on Canvas. So you'll see all of this same information in written form there. There's on that handout too, there is a link to a Pinterest board which gives even more ideas for using wire in your projects. So basically, you can really gather any thin gauged wire. You can gather pipe cleaners. If you are in Art 119, you have twisties, which is a very thin colored wire. So you'll want to gather any kind of wire that you can. And one idea is to just play around with the wire in different ways. This handout is also on Canvas, and it just gives simple ways to create spirals, to create different shapes. You can cut the twisties wire with just nail clippers or a scissor. So this is just some basic information on using that twisties wire. There's also, again, if you go to that written handout, there's a link as well to the Twisties website for some more ideas. Okay, so one project that you could do with wire is go back to one of your drawings that you did earlier this semester. So here's just a line drawing with colored pencils and a pen. And you can create a drawing that new, or you could use one that you already have created, and then recreate that drawing using wire. And here's an example. This is the twisties wire, which is kind of like electrical wire, but it's super flexible. So you can just try to recreate. You can see these two look kind of similar. If you want to create these spaces in here, all this is just tissue paper that has been softened and wet with a mixture of glue and water, and it's just wrapped around the wire. So super simple to create those areas of color. And I'll show you another example. Here's another very simple line drawing. You could create one of these your own, specifically for this project, or maybe you have a drawing that you'd like to use as reference. So that's an example of a line drawing. And then here is the sculpture that this line drawing is based on. So you can kind of see that here. Maybe I'll lay it down for you to see it. And again, notice I've also included some beads. Here's the original drawing again. Obviously, it's not an exact replica, but this is rather, just inspired by that line drawing. Also notice this one I've used Model Magic, which is a type of clay, as the base, so it can stand up theoretically. So this piece can stand up, or the other one, that one is just meant to hang, right? So that has an extra loop at the top. So you can decide if you want your sculpture to hang or to stand up on a base. If you don't have Model Magic, you could use Play-Doh, you could use a piece of foam, plasticine clay, anything like that to get it to stand. Okay, so moving on then. For students in Art 119, again, I just wanted to point out pages 154 to 157 in our textbook. There is a project in here. It's called a wire bird mobile. You don't have to do the hearts and the birds. if that's not your thing. But it is an interesting, set of instructions if you wanted to do kind of these concentric circles and create a hanging mobile. So like always, all of these projects, you don't have to do them like word for word. You can refer to them and then, modify it depending on what materials you have and just your own personal interests as well. And then also for my students in imagination and creativity in young children, on page 250 in our book here, there is a short, short little project description called Wire Wonders. So you can check that out too. That's another variation. Let's see if I have it all. Yeah, so those are some ideas. Again, look at that, the written instructions on Canvas, and you'll see a Pinterest board too with some other ideas. Thank you.